Okay guys, I guess I have what is the today's special for March 28th. I ordered this on HSN and it came like the next day. So I'm getting ready to leave for Hawaii and I'm just like, I have to make a video. So I'm aiming for an unboxing, but maybe we'll try it out because obviously it's a new die cutting machine. We don't want to just look at it, we want to try it. So I'll link the bundle in the description box. Those would be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links, guys. So thanks for using those if and when you can. Oh, just a quick reminder on that. If you are putting things in your cart ahead of the craft day because you just want to see, you want to wait for the Today Special pricing. I did pick it up obviously prior to that, but I can still get a price match when the Today Special actually hits the 28th, so I just chat with them or call them up and they'll credit the difference. So I figured might as well just grab it and have it here to show you guys. I honestly didn't think it was going to show up until after I got back from Hawaii, like next week, and I was thinking I had to let a neighbor know to pick it up or to grab it because it's going to be in the front, of the house. But it showed up like super fast, so I'm like, okay, cool. So I have it, I'm glad it's here. We'll try it out. If you are going to put things in your cart and just kind of wait, if you can come back and click one of my links again just to refresh it before you check out, that'd be wonderful, because I know some companies, it just depends on how they do their affiliate relationship. It might only last 24 hours or maybe 48 hours and sometimes a week, right? The relationship that you came over to the site from here, but if you can just refresh it, that'd be great. But yeah, so, and again, that's just clicking it just to pop back over there. I'm gonna open it up. So again, it's a new die cutting machine. I didn't see a lot about it. You guys told me a lot about it because I said, oh, I just picked it up because I knew I was leaving. I wouldn't have time to watch videos because I'm be gone, but or watch presentations about it. So I want to try it out. So what I'm gonna do is grab a knife. I'm gonna cut this open. It wasn't a larger box. It wasn't just delivered like this, but it did actually come with an auto ship from Anna Griffin for the celebrations cards. But anyway, I'm gonna open up this top and we'll kind of see what's going on. So all I did was cut it. I might still bring it out of here. Oh yeah, how cute. I don't know if you can see the color on it. It's a very basic machine as far as it's white. I think it has like raspberry accents. Maybe they're purple, but they look like raspberry online on the website. There is this guy here. So it does say it's a Today Special, or it doesn't say Today Special, but it does say it's a bundled celebration bundle or something like that, with membership, with club membership and like an auto ship program, right? So I did sign up for the auto ship. I bought it that way instead of just single ship. Again, with auto ships, you can always skip, cancel at any time. Obviously, if it's time for it to come due or they're going to be sending it, if you don't skip it ahead of that, it's going to be shipped to you. You can cancel. It's not any kind of thing. They don't care. They don't charge you for that. You can just cancel. But this is the first of the auto ship, and if they're gonna be like this is very cute, you guys. I'm assuming they're gonna be like, sorry about my nails, they're getting all chipped up from packing and doing all kinds of stuff. How cute. I love this. If this is what I'm gonna get every however so often, I'm all about it. But of course we want to see what's in here before you start falling in love with packaging. So let's open this guy up and let's see. And I'm curious what the machine does because it has 3 USB ports for some reason, but somebody said it's just for your convenience. But I'm like, I guess if you want to plug something to charge, and that's already taking one of your ports, the power plug. I have no idea why you would want USB ports on a die cutting machine that's not electrically run, but anyway, like a Cricut, you know what I'm saying? True Love Collection, and the first one's always like a stellar kind of thing. Hopefully the rest of them that come in are going to be similar, but oh my gosh, I was gonna say I feel something in the back. So this little set, heart balloon, Stampin' Dies, and I'm not in my craft room, so I don't have my ruler, but hopefully you can tell by like the size of my hand how big these are. But it does come with a stamp set and then acrylic stamp set, acrylic, right? Not photopolymer. We have this die here. This is the Roses Are Red, more of a focal point kind of thing. It has Roses Are Red, Violets Are Blue kind of sentiment. That's really cute. We have Love Everlasting. Hopefully the lighting's okay. I didn't even check it. I'm just in my dining room. It probably is better lighting than in my craft room, to be honest, because it's natural lighting. Little lovebirds with like a little heart there. We have this one that is Floral Hearts. So just a stamp. Cute. Oh, look at these little guys. They look kind of like, I was gonna say kind of like conversation hearts, but at the same time like a seal, but it says Sweetheart is what this one's called. And then we have this stamp, Love and You. Love is all decorative with the little florals and the word you. Sorry, this is starting to get heavy in my hands. Look at this, it has a little template. Obviously you're gonna have to cut that or trace and cut it out, but XOXO, you have a little stamp and then the stamp has a die for it. That's cute. A stencil that's like a wedding dress, belle of the ball it says. On the back they're showing some kind of idea like this, so I'll use it as a template and the stencil. Probably something I'll never do, but that's okay. We have this die that's, well, this is cool. So it's on the edge. I thought I cut both edges, but look, this one's just more like an embossed area where this cuts. So it cuts on the edge and it leaves those little hearts with the, like little embossing. That's kind of what they're showing you there. Then they have this embossed folder called Magical Hearts. That's cute. Looks like it's 4x6 maybe. Yeah, it says 6x4. And then, oh, look at these guys. They're making the heart. So you put them together with the little silhouette, and then you have this background. I have probably 45 of these kinds of things. Not the little heart made, but like the people with the background with the tree. Crafts Companion is very fond of this kind of thing, Together Forever. And on the back it has people swinging on a stamp, and then with love, hugs and kisses, true friend, things like that. Okay, and then in the back, that was getting really heavy. Oh my gosh, my arm's killing me. Pattern papers, and they're tactile. This is how, this has like their linen. This is a linen, it says linen cardstock right there. I'm like, as soon as I touched it, I can feel it behind this, that it had that linen feel. So these are the solid colors. Very pretty. They all coordinate, which I love. I know I canceled my subscription to Crafts Companion because after a while I'm like, things aren't even coordinating anymore. I don't know what they were doing, but this is really gorgeous, and it's a white core. Looks like there's 3 colors. And then we have these guys. Pattern papers, and I mean, I don't know, a lot of times I flip through each and every single one, but I'm kind of tired with my arm here. So there's the back of like that one, so you can see like shabby chic wood grains. I mean, look at the flowers on that. That's so pretty. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah, we're definitely gonna try this machine. I'm super excited about an auto ship that is nice. I love a nice auto ship. Nice club program, you know that. These papers look very much like the papers they've been putting out, so whoever's designing this kind of thing, that's the kind of feel they have, like the dragonfly and like the hummingbird paper. They all have a very similar feel, right? This is very pretty though. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have that. And then in here we have this big boy that, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna bring this out and I'll be right back. So this is where Miranda sits. Yes, she sits at the head of the table because we're not very formal people around here, and she always likes having a blanket, so she has a little blanket there. You can see some apples in the background there. Gemini 2 die cut and embossing machine, twin function machine it says, I guess because of the die cutting and embossing. The Gemini cuts and embosses edge to edge up to A4 US letter size 8.5 by 11, so it's just a bit smaller than like Gemini Pro or whatever they were calling it. I think that does a 12-inch square, right? So it says, let's make it together. It's very pretty packaging. We have core product catalog, okay. A thank you, congratulations on your Gemini 2 is here. Oh, that's nice. And then just like a thing of dies, the catalog to look at. That's nice. Interesting, I don't know. User guide. So of course we're gonna wanna know very first thing, sandwiching the plates. And that's one thing, as soon as I got this, I'm like, I forget about sandwiches. So we're gonna work on this again because I haven't used my Gemini in a long time. I do understand that you can still use your Gemini plates from like the older machines and this machine. I'm kind of curious though, because I remember Sarah saying that she's never gonna make another machine because the Gemini has all the power, everything it needs. There's no need to make another machine, right? So Gemini Junior, Gemini Go, the regular Gemini, the Pro. But this is Gemini 2, so I don't know. But it does take the same plates. So I'm gonna do a simple die cutting and then maybe like an embossing. I mean, we have dies, we have some embossing folders, and we'll see how it comes out today. Because again, it's just to kind of check it out, and also I gotta get going. So there's, welcome to Gemini 2, it says. Oh, you're in the club. Membership card included inside. I'm sorry, I just want to see if it had personal info as far as like a number or something like that. Oh, interesting. How to join, and it tells you, oh, find the serial. Okay, so how does it know? Because on here it wants you to, it's like a club card supposedly, but basically you have to put in your serial number, and that's how you're going to be able to join right into the thing. So it's not just go to that website and everybody can grab it. So interesting. Okay, so we have that. Plates, right? Let me get that knife again. You guys, I'm so happy to have this, honestly. Well, just because I want to try out, but also I just wasn't wanting to worry about it while I was gone, you know? Raspberry looking plates, which is kind of interesting because it doesn't, Crafts kind of go with purple most of the time. It's pretty. All right, so we have this cool thing. That's different. Or I haven't had I haven't used my Junior in a long time, so I'm like, I don't remember using this before, but maybe we'll read about this. I'm sure it has something to do with something. I think what they're saying is the same sandwich will still work in this machine from your other machines, even if it has something different, right? Oh, you know what it was? This one was like a thick plastic, right? Now it's clear, but before it used to be kind of like a white color, now that I think about it. Your rubber embossing mat, very pretty in this raspberry color. The magnetic mat, which I never cut into. I don't really even use it. Before, it wasn't even that strong to really hold anything, so I only used it for like a shim purpose, right? But I would never cut into this because it does get torn up. Metal plate, and it says edge to edge A4, so that's cool. And then your two, I guess, cutting plates. I haven't done this in so long, you guys. So white, and I think they used to be clear, right? So these big white cutting plates. Okay. Cord, of course. Oh, I didn't think about plugging this in, so I'm gonna have to plug it in, obviously. So we'll get that going. And I hope I pressed record. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're in. Okay. And then this is heavy on its own. Has some good stuff. That is interesting. Okay. Let's see about this. So he's in here like this. What I'm gonna do is pull it straight out and have it sitting on the table when I come back. Oh my gosh, you guys, I pulled it out and then I pulled it up so I can hold it with my hand and like move the box away, and it almost like went whoop. It's not light. I don't know how heavy it is. I'm not really good at judging things like that, but I mean, you can hear by my voice, it's a little heavy. So of course she's gonna sit there. There's supposed to be a swivel base too, right? Or something like that. Maybe it's on there, or maybe it's in here. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, now that I think about it, there's supposed to be some kind of swivel something or other, which it might be there because I'm feeling, look, do you see that, how it's already moving? It's swiveling. All right. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't want to drop this. Ah! Okay, so this is the back of the machine. Again, 3 USB ports for some reason. There's where you're gonna plug it in, and then you're gonna turn it on and off here, which is kind of interesting. Obviously we're gonna open this up. It has, let me turn this guy around. That swivel action is very nice. It's very nice, not gonna lie. I'm kind of enjoying that. When you open it up here, you can place things here. Maybe, does it show on there? Maybe your plates or maybe your machine. I don't know. Maybe, I was gonna say an iPad, but I think it's kind of skinny. There's like a little rest area in here. There's a deeper spot where you can put some tools and things like that. So that's pretty cool. On and off, of course. So I guess what I would do is turn it on and then use this for the actual on and off, right? And then we have pause and forward and reverse, I would think. On my other machine, I hardly ever use the reverse. Sometimes plates would get stuck where the sandwich is just like, nope, and it's supposed to reject it, but sometimes they would just get stuck. And I think I've only used the reverse like twice in my whole time of ever using the machine. And I used them when they first came out, so I was using them for a while. And so then here we go. So I don't know if I just forced it open. I did. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do. We will see. So, I mean, there it is, guys. What I'm gonna do is plug it in. I'm gonna read over this just a little bit. Because again, I don't know if I was supposed to force it open or not. So let's see. Operating your Gemini, place Gemini on a dry level surface, connect the power plug, press the power button on the top of the machine to turn the unit on, and ensure that both the front and back sides are open before using the machine. So yeah, you're gonna do that like I showed you there. Insert the plate combination to the front of the machine. The motor will start and pull the plate combination into the machine. And of course it'll stop when it's done. So let me grab some paper. I'm gonna plug this in. Of course this cord goes in the back, and hopefully I have enough cord to plug this in. I might have to go get like a little, like a TV tray or something, you know what I'm saying? TV dinner tray. So this part goes back here. Actually, I'll turn it. Ooh, with that swivel action. I'm loving that swivel action. And I probably should have shown you guys what it looks like. There you go. I don't know why on HSN is showing it like a separate thing. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get like a little TV, a little tray, something for this to stand on, but I will be right back. Okay, so I hope you guys are gonna be able to hear me. I'm going to speak into here, but at the same time, I don't know, but we're gonna try this out. So I did put it on a little like TV tray thing. We have our user guide. Again, back here we have the switch to turn it on or off, and I don't even know which one it's on right now, to be honest. Let's see. There we go. Nope, no, we don't. Okay. So obviously it needs to be to the little mark there. and then turn it on here. All right, and then open it up. Oh, I kind of want to force it open. Oh, the other thing I meant to mention is that there's also spots in here to put stuff, which honestly, that's gold. I love that on both sides. So let's see. I was gonna go grab some paper, but I thought, hey, we have paper here, right, with the kit. So let me just grab some stuff. Cutting plates for fabric. It does say cutting plates for fabric sold separately. Multimedia dies for multiple fabric layers of fabric. We'll talk about that. Well, actually, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to do it, but it does say to use the white cutting plate, the plastic shim, the multimedia die with the fabric, metal shim, and white cutting plate. Cut and emboss folders. We'll not do one of those today. I'm sorry, but we're going to do the basic operations of what's in here. Sandwiching the plates. So it's just telling you kind of what's going on here, but cutting thin metal dies. Now, of course, you can use any thin metal dies in any machine that cuts thin metal dies. So we're going to use a white cutting plate, magnetic shim, the plastic shim, the die facing your paper, because it's going to cut into it, and then the other white cutting plate. So let me get a die out of the package with some of the linen paper, and I'll be the best example. But I was looking for an intricate die in here, and there really isn't, or aren't any. They're all kind of basic shapes, so I'll just use this one, this larger one. It doesn't cut the bottom, though, so it makes like a card kind of thing going. So let's just grab this. Oh my gosh, if I can take it out of here. There we go. And I just grabbed a piece of the linen paper, the green cardstock, and I'm just gonna put it, let's say here. That way if I want to use it on a card, that looks about right. I'll just trim that away, you know. Generally I would cut this down and then run it through. So let's start. Cutting plate. Die face down. Right, so cutting die into the paper, into the white cutting plate. And then above that, we're using the plastic shim, which is now this clearish kind of looking guy. And then we're going to put the magnetic shim. And it's just facing up, it doesn't matter. It's just, again, I use it as a shim more than anything else. And the next white cutting plate. So that is the sandwich. Is it going to do this automatically? It does. Okay, so yeah, so that's just basically the pause and then go again if you're, you know, to keep going. This is the reverse. I love it. That's one thing I always forget with the Anna Griffin machines, is that you have to tell it when to go. And I like one that just takes it, you know, it just goes right in. Okay, so that is our first cut on this machine. Oh, interesting. So it's actually an inlay. I thought for some reason it was going to leave the other portion, but there it is. There is a lot of pressure in here. I don't know if you can see how it flattened out the linen texture. Got a little bit wobbly. That's interesting. Now, that was kind of a small die to put on this whole thing, right? So maybe it's that has some effect. I don't know. We'll see. Since I already cut into this and it's kind of just to show you. Let's see what the plate looks like. The plate's looking really cut into. I feel like maybe it's shimmed in a really thick way, which isn't my favorite, but that's okay. Okay, so we have that. Let's cut out these little folks, why not? So let's use these guys too. And I'll pop one here and one here. And just the same thing. Pop that on there. And let's go again. Maybe not. Did it turn off? No, it's weird. Oh, you know what? I probably pressed it when these plates were on here, didn't I? It is quiet. I don't want to say the Junior. The Gemini Junior is the one I use most often. I do have the Gemini. I had the Gemini Go and I sold that, but it wasn't quiet to begin with, but then it started rattling later. Okay, so that, you know, was that. This right now sounds pretty good. Those guys over there. And there we go. I was gonna say, do I have two sheets here? No, it is one sheet. Okay. How cute. I mean, look how the edges of those are like perfect. I mean, those are sharp and pointy, and how cute. you have your little couple making a heart. Adorable. All right, I'm gonna go cut this down. I'm gonna run it through the embossing folder. I'll be right back. So again, once I start cutting a little bit on this, I mean, look how etched in that is. You can see the green still from the paper. I start cutting on the other side, I keep flipping them, and that's how I do that. And I always like to cut with the least amount of pressure. That machine has a lot of pressure. I mean, you saw what it did. It cuts really great, but it's a lot, which is awesome, right? When you have an intricate die or something like that. But for right now, it's a little scary. So I cut this down, to be honest, I wasn't even aiming for it to fit in here. Look at that. I just cut off whatever was excess on that other sheet, and it works out pretty well. So I'll put it on here, and that'll help me mat into a 4x6 card, right? So yeah, it came with this. Now let's see what it says about these guys. I'm sure it's just a couple of those things. A couple plates, can't be too much thicker than that. Embossing with 3D embossing folders. That's not what we're using. We're using a standard. I think it's standard, right? It looks pretty standard to me. It would say 3D on the packaging otherwise. So white cutting plate, thing with your paper, white cutting plate. And if you're doing 3D embossing folders, like your thicker ones, your spellbinders, your maybe Anna Griffin, things like that, the plastic shim, which is that clear one, the magnetic shim, this is optional, I don't know, 3D embossing folder with the paper, and then a white cutting shim. So it's just a little bit thickness different than using 2 white cutting plates, right? So let's get that guy. Let's get this guy. And let's run it through and see what happens. It is really a long sheet. I mean, it's basically like my tangerine, I guess. Similar, I suppose, to the Platinum, Spellbinders Platinum. The tangerine, I think, is an A. Wait, this said A4, didn't it? Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, so A4 is a little bit different, but anyway, A2 size. Look at this. Again, a little extra pressure, because you can see that little wonkiness it gives. That comes from having a lot of pressure. So I don't know. Really pretty. Of course, when I glue it down, I'll pay attention to that to really flatten that out. But it, for a standard embossing folder, that looks really great. Let me grab a 3D embossing folder from Spellbinders, just because I'm a glutton for punishment, and hopefully it'll work, but we'll see if it doesn't, okay? I'll be right back. Embossing folder. I'm just gonna pop it in here, and we'll see. I just cut a piece of paper down, and honestly, I was like 5.5 inches, because it was easy to cut this scrap paper to that, and that's perfect edge to edge, and I can still use it on a project, right? Just cut it. Okay, so it said one of the white ones, right? This guy, and I already forgot. I think it said plastic shim and not magnetic, sorry. This other one. Oh yeah, no, it said magnet, didn't it? Because I remember it saying optional. Let's see, hold on. Where is my book? Sorry if I'm drifting off over here as far as you can hear me or not. Let's just recheck that. Plastic shim, magnetic shim, optional, it says. 3D embossing folder with material, and then the white cutting plate. Okay. Kind of scares me when it says optional, because I don't know if it means optional like it's not really included in your plate set, or optional like you may or may not need to use it. So maybe I should run this through like this first, and if it doesn't look good, I'll then put the magnetic shim. I always say use the least amount of pressure needed to make the project, and that'll just make your plates last longer. I mean, the way I'm hearing it, it sounds like it's doing something. Oh my gosh, yeah. If I would have put the magnetic shim, that would have just been over pressure. I mean, look how perfect that is. So I suppose that's why it says optional. You may or may not need it. For this particular Spellbinders embossing folder from the March of 2023, it does not need it. I mean, look at that. Awesome. So that's really great, actually, because if it's just these two, I'll remember that a lot easier than when it's like, oh, this, oh, that's right, the other one too, So there are just a few things that we tried out, guys. 3D embossing folder, standard embossing folder, and some die cutting. Just my first impressions. I think it does really great. I think it does have a lot of pressure. Again, this paper feels like it wants to evaporate. I don't know. but that's really great for really intricate die cuts, right? So thanks for watching, guys. I'll have the links in the description box. Again, if you recall, on Tuesday, if you're going to do your shopping, if you can come back and just click one of my links to refresh it, if you would like to do that, that'd be really, really great. But yeah, so I'll keep trying her out, and if I keep this guy, which I know I will, I actually really like it, I'm gonna have to find a new space for it in my craft room, so I will be working on that when I come back. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I love that little auto ship option. If that's, honestly, if that's what it is, you know, coming up, super happy to have signed up for auto ship, and hopefully it always coordinates and looks really awesome. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Oh my gosh, you guys, before I go, let me give you a measurement on this guy. So let's just turn that off, or maybe not. There we go. You know, this only goes up to 12 inches. I would say it's maybe 14 inches at the most, right? Maybe 13 and a half. And then the height is probably about 6 inches high, because this starts off in a weird spot that's not the inches there. And hopefully that gives you enough info. And the depth is about 7.5 inches. 7.5, about 6 inches tall. That's actually really compact for a machine this size, you know, in my opinion. I guess that's it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Again, I'll link the bundle in the description box, and we'll have some images coming up, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.